We'll now go to the annual general meeting. Can I call on the BODs? Please welcome our Iecep national officers and BODs. May we call on Engineer Jesse De Toro, Engineer Grace Aguiluz, Engineer Gerhard Tan. May we call on our Treasurer, Engineer Pinky Tamiluan, Vice President for Education, Agra Sinampan, VP, Vice President Internal, Engineer Raymond Medina, VP External, Engineer Armand Ursal, Engineer Molina, of course, is here, and immediate past President, Engineer Kaloy Reyes. And of course, let's welcome the very beautiful, our President, Dr. Rosula Arsol Reyes. Palakpakan tayo.
With the confirmation of the Secretary General, I'd like to ask her for the presence of a quorum.
Madam President, for the Board of Directors, we have 10 out of 11 attendees, and for our members, we have approximately 1,300 and counting. We have a quorum for the board, ma'am.
With the presence of the quorum, may I now call the meeting to order. The first agenda would actually be the President's report. Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues in the profession. I would like to present to you the accomplishments of our 2017 Board of Directors for the period January 1 up to this day, November 23, 2007. If you recall, during the oath-taking, I actually advocated 3 activities that we would like to work on. And these 3 actually stands for ECE. That would be excellence, competitiveness, and empowerment. It is also the same advocacy I mentioned when I ran as a board of director. And so my report would focus in terms of how we were able to attain these 3 objectives or goals for this period. So I'd like to put in excellence, competence, and empowerment. How are we in terms of being able to deliver our goal on excellence? I'd like to mention the number of seminars and trainings in different chapters, which actually totals 115, all in all. This actually covers all the seminars we've handled, both in the local and the foreign chapters. To break it down, in terms of the number of PECs, ASEAN engineers, upper engineers, and APEC engineers, there has been a tremendous increase in terms of the total number that we have at the moment. We are moving towards increasing more because among the different professions, ECE has the least number of ASEAN engineers and actor engineers. And so we would like to encourage more of us to be able to join in this endeavor. And right now, we're close to 100 in terms of the ASEAN engineers. In terms of the seminars conducted in quarterly basis, on the first quarter we have 16, second quarter we raise up to 32, and then third quarter we raise up to 38, and then the fourth quarter we're just on the 1 month less of this fourth quarter where we have 22 all in all already. And broken down in terms of the monthly seminars being held, you'll notice that there is an increasing number of seminars starting from January, moving up to November. Now, December is already a little bit included there because some of the seminars have already been approved. So we look at this as being able to address excellence by having all our engineers able to attend these seminars and workshops. I'm not sure if how many of you were able to attend as well the workshops that I have delivered for the year. In terms of competence, we would like to be able to have, again, all our engineers upgraded, and this would still be reflective of the number of seminars that we have been attending. And just to be able to give you the great number of seminars we have, 72 seminars recorded in local chapters and 43 seminars recorded in international chapters. Looking at these two numbers, you will actually see how active the international chapters are because it's almost double that of the local chapters. Although, of course, the difference is in the number of the participants. While we only have 72 seminars here in the Philippines, the number of participants are usually close to 100 to 120 participants. So we look at having these local chapters. I also would like to take this time to acknowledge the chapters that have been delivering seminars to our colleagues. And we have Iecep Cebu as the top-notcher in terms of delivering seminars. Iecep Cebu with 11. We have, of course, the Iecep Foundation included there. We have Iecep Manila offering 6, Iecep Quezon City as well. Iecep Pampanga offered 5, and Iecep Cavite with 4 seminars as well. So let us give them a round of applause for being able to help their members. Now, let me just mention, it's not only the members in those chapters, but many of our other colleagues have been attending seminars that is being administered by the other chapters. So, in terms of the international chapter seminars conducted, we have 14 from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, CRC, okay? And then Iecep UAE with 6, together with KS Saudi Eastern Region, Saudi Western Region, and then Iecep Singapore. Sorry, I think I missed to acknowledge earlier. We have 4, Iecep Qatar, Iecep Soft Sergeant, Iecep quiet as well. So, sorry, that was a mistake of my staff putting in Iecep SOC Sergeant should actually be in the local. Medyo naiiba kasi yung pangalan eh, no? Parang foreign yung pangalan, kaya nilagay sa foreign. Anyway, we see the efforts of our foreign chapters in terms of providing these seminars. In terms of the third letter, which is E, empowerment. I mentioned before that we would like to empower all our members. So what sort of empowerment have we been able to provide to our members? First, we have, of course, the members' interaction with Iecep. I would like to mention here that you will be able to know everything about our profession if you are active in your chapters. We don't look only at the national, but we would like to keep you abreast of the technologies by means or through your chapters. So please join your chapters in all their activities. Some of our chapters are encountering problems in terms of having their members be active and help also in the organizing of activities. We'd like to mention that we would consider evaluating other chapters, and if needed, while we would like to help as well, we also would like to put in a little bit of pushing of these chapters. No? We don't want other chapters to be just quiet because their members will be looking for seminars as well. Then we also have government engagement. What engagements have we actually have in government? And public engagement. So I'd like to put in members' interaction with Iecep, the establishment of the nationwide fully interactive member database. With these efforts by our VP internal for membership, we're able to have how much of our members online already, no? And many of our activities are recorded online. So we would like to further improve the database of our organization through this My Iecep portal. We have centralized and automated issuance of COGS. This is operational already, but there are some glitches, there are some problems, particularly with PRC, branches, where we have not informed them yet. But we would like our local chapters to help us inform our local PRC that we also have an online generated COGS already. And then we have an interactive CPE, CPD activities through workshops. It's already a different type. We have moved up on a higher level, not just seminars, directly lecture type, but we really have an engagement with the participants. We have them working actively during that seminar workshop. And then we have members CPE and CPD points management and monitoring capability. Again, this is already done through our My Iecep portal. And we would still like to pursue that while there are some glitches, as I mentioned, we'd like to move forward on developing it further. We have several public forums on the development of the 2018 ECE curriculum. For those who are not aware, our Board of ECE has been putting the implementation of the specialization. And with the 2018 curriculum, let me just mention that there have been 4 fora. First was actually organized by Iecep, which was held in the Far Eastern University. And this forum was actually attended by close to 60 participants with representation in the biomedical group, telecommunications, broadcasting, instrumentation, and the academy. And then the Board of ECE requested another set of hearing or forum, which were actually held again in Manila. That was actually in BGC. And that was a very big number as well. We have industry participation because we would like really to push through making groups. It's going to be a challenge for Iecep to start the different fields of specialization. And therefore, we will be asking all for your assistance, your help, your joining us, your sharing in terms of your specialization to help form the groups. There are 8 listed groups. I said 9 because I would like also to add, if possible, engineering education. This will be for all of us in the academy. So we would like, IEEE style or medicine style where we have specializations. So we will be grouping ourselves, and that's going to be the challenge for the next president of Iecep. Then we have the Iecep first. This is an academic paper presentation. At this point, we would like to congratulate our VP Education, Aga Zinampan, for the very successful academic forum where I think the Board of ECE even provided cash prizes to the best paper presentations. Now, this will not be only for academia. We are also going to initiate this for industry participation later on. Government engagement. How have Iecep been able to engage itself with the government? First is, of course, at the very start, is the Memorandum of Agreement between Iecep and the Department of ICT. So we would like also to acknowledge our former President, Caloy Reyes, for facilitating the preparation of the Memorandum of Agreement between Iecep and the Department of ICT. We have Iecep VP External Immersions with DICT and PTC. I'm going to mention in a separate slot later on. Of course, the efforts that were done by our VP External in the Angeles City Council passed technology ordinance together with Iecep Pampanga. So let us acknowledge Iecep Pampanga and together with VP Internal Raymond Medina for coming up with a new ordinance on ICT. This is, of course, in addition to the building code, the Office of the Building Official, which we have been implementing for several years already. And I also would like, again, to mention that efforts are now being done by Rizal chapter, by Batangas chapter, in terms, sino pa? Quezon City chapter in terms of coordinating with the office of the building official. So that's OBO building. And let me just mention the many, many meetings. So if you're going to run or to take this position of a VP external, you're actually tasked to represent Iecep in the many meetings where Iecep is involved. And we would like to acknowledge here VP External Armand Ursal for attending a total of 28 meetings, suppose it's not seminar, PTC meeting, DICT meeting, meetings with lahat na lang na meeting, pati bidding, kasama pa rin siya. So with 28 in 10 months, it's like you're attending 3 meetings every month. And you have a job or you have a business. So it is really hard work for us to be putting all our efforts just to be able to see that Iecep is there. The visibility of Iecep is very, very important for us. So that includes PTC, DICT, ASEANs, and so on. And it also represents Iecep in national meetings, conferences, and workshops. Now, these are a few of the accomplishments in terms of our goal or our advocacy towards excellence, competence, and empowerment. On the operations of the organization, I also would like to acknowledge all the efforts of our Secretary General, who has been preparing all the communications, all the memo, board resolutions, meetings, and for running the secretariat composed of 8 staffs, all in all. Our treasurer will have her place here later on, but she tells me, "Ma'am, ikaw ang pinakamayaman na president," sabi niya. I don't know, but we'll have to look at that later. Jesse, our auditor, of course, was been monitoring, making sure that we are just doing or spending as budgeted. Our technical committee chairman, Director Dennis Molina, of course, for putting up all those lists of seminars. Mahirap kaya maghanap ng mga speakers. And also to submit all these topics to PRC, just to be able to provide all of you with these needed seminars. Yeah. And of course, our chairman of AGM, who started work as soon as the initially assigned chairman resigned from her post. It's difficult because this is the first time after 10 years, as I mentioned, that we're holding it again outside Manila. And it's a challenge. At this point, I would also like to express our apologies if we ran out of food. Because as of Monday, we are supposed to confirm how much to prepare, how many. There were only 635 registered payments. So we cannot go beyond that, I'm afraid. I am worried that we're going to pay for it. So I said, let's prepare for 1,000 with 100 buffer. We are now 1,300 and going up, except the sponsors. So according to my information now, we were catered 1,600 packs already. So I hope the others, well, we had good food. I hope the others, I'm really sorry, nagparush kami ng food and rice, but that's the best that we can actually do. And as president, it's actually a challenge. My leadership has been challenged. It's not me, it's my leadership. I am with a group of semi-millennials. Your president is 2 years past senior citizenship. It is a challenge in terms of being able to cope up with how the millennials think. I would always have the time to think and do not react right away to whatever suggestions they give during board meetings. That is not me, but I have to change. I have been challenged not only in terms of my leadership, but even of personal matters. So, I hope that I've done my best. I hope that I have made myself available to everyone. We discuss matters. And as I've said, kahit naman nanay o tatay ninyo, minsan nagtatalo rin kayo. And you come up later better friends or better colleagues. But in those 10 more or almost 11 months, I would like to just mention 10 wonderful things that happened. These are the programs that I wanted, aside from the ECE, to immediately implement. Because these are the things that I often hear from the members. So the first implementation is actually the chapter share in the membership fees. If all of them will recall, it was just the first meeting when I said how much of the money is really not the national's money. How much of that is really the money of the different chapters? Because in the membership, the chapters have their share. So I right away requested our dear treasurer to please check from the different chapters or who from the national, or to the different chapters. To our surprise, wonder of wonders, Iecep National owed almost 500,000 to Iecep Manila chapter. Right? So, yung pera pa lang hinahawakan namin, 500,000 nun, hindi naman talaga sa national. It goes to Iecep Manila. At hindi sila naniningil, Hindi sila naniningil, And the other chapters, I requested that they be checked. And after how many sessions, some of the chapters already got their shares. Okay? And we are happy for that. Chapters, are you happy? Governors from different chapters, are you happy? Second, the Philippine Electronics Code. For so many years, many have been asking about the very old or not anymore applicable electronics code, or what do we have? Have you seen our PEC book? There are 4 books all in all. So, This is one wherein we were able to bring this out to our members already. How many have availed of the PEC book? From the audience, how many have availed of it already? Konti pa lang. Huh? So I hope that there's a booth where you can buy our 4 books of the PEC, Philippine Electronics Code. Number 3, the mid-year convention. It was another first. And I'd like to acknowledge our Governor, Manny, here. That was tremendous participation for the mid-year held in Bacolod City. There was close to 700 participants. And it was a very, very wonderful fellowship night that they had provided to those participants. Next year, I would like to take this opportunity to mention our mid-year will be in, our governor of Bicol chapter is here. It is going to be held in May. Exact date is not yet, but please reserve it. Is it Naga or Legazpi? Legazpi. It's going to be held in Legazpi City, mid-year in May. Okay? Nauna yung number 4 ko. Where's my number 4? Okay. Number 4 is the cancellation of the INCO share in the CPD. Okay? Before the national takes a share of the CPD fees. And it was like 30 pesos for every CPD point. We have given up that share. And that goes to your chapter. We are empowering the chapters. So please, different chapters, you're taking everything back for you because we want you empowered and we want you to please increase the numbers of membership in your chapters. Challenge yan, ha? Para sa next president, mas marami na uli yung members per chapter. Of course, we also would like representation from UAE, who hosted the 4th Gulf Countries Convention held in Dubai. We'd like to acknowledge Governor Ann Binondo, well attended by 10 Gulf countries, 3 from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, that's Eastern, Western, and Central. We have, of course, UAE. We have Oman, Bahrain, Kuwait. Ang saya. You should have seen me sing in that. They had a very wonderful fellowship night. Why wonderful? It was my birthday. And they had to sing happy birthday for me. And I gifted them with a song, Bed of Roses. Okay. Number 6 was the mid-year the mid-year convention. Visits in different chapters. I made sure that I will have the opportunity to visit all the chapters if possible. I tried my best. I did my best. I visited all the chapters who invited me. I'm sorry that I did not have the chance to show to the other chapters who were not able to invite me. Okay? I started, of course, with Butuan chapter. Dr. Jeffrey is here. That was followed by, of course, we have Cavite, not in order na ito, And then Cavite is here. Engineer June Narciso. We went to Bataan, Governor Gilbert Gibo. I went to Zambales, of course, several times in preparation for this. I went to Qatar, of course, only for 3 days. I went to UAE for that 3-day celebration, hotel to airport. No chance to go around the city. Of course, Cebu Governor Paul is here. I went to Cebu. I went to Davao. I went to Jensan. I went to Iloilo. And of course, Quezon City twice in the Iecep Quezon City. That's the work that I have done. And in all those, I was able to give an 8-hour workshop on ideation, innovations, and technopreneurship. Number 8 is the Student Summit. We have acknowledged VP Education Aga, who was co-chaired by our dear Dr. May Imperial. And again, a very, very successful Student Summit. Number 9 is, of course, Iecep goes ASEAN, not only on the ASEAN engineers, but because of, as I mentioned, CAFEO ASEAN Engineering Achievement for the year. After 35 years, Iecep is already going ASEAN. So again, let us give ourselves a round of applause for going ASEAN, for going a higher level. And of course, Governor of Page, Mio, we have been working on how to have more of our engineers abroad. We're talking, of course, he did Singapore. We're now discussing Canada. We're looking at Taiwan as well. And countries where all of our electronics engineers are there, we will try our best to reach out to them. 10. So what is the 10th? This is only 9. Okay? Of course, that's the photo of our awardee. Okay? And the 10th is today until Saturday. That is the 67th Annual General Meeting and Convention. This is the wonder of wonders. The challenge of having our convention outside Manila. I think that this is even bigger than the conventions we had in Manila. And I thank you all. I know I have replied to many, many of you. I know I've sent so many messages to you. And on a one-to-one basis, sometimes I don't sleep at night just to be able to help the Secretariat reply to all your queries. And I thank you for responding very well to our 67th Annual General Meeting. Atin ito. And I keep telling us the success is all our success. I came here several times. It was again that challenging, but all the efforts, all the, kung sasabihin ko yung Tagalog, pawis, no? Pati na pangungutya, pati na lahat ng posibleng negative na marinig mo, tanggapin mo na lang. Pero sa araw na ito, I think all of those efforts are worth it. And I thank you all again from the bottom of my heart for being supportive of all the efforts of Iecep. At I would like to thank you all for all your support. Okay. Pwedeng na yung video before the ano? Okay. Medyo hindi humabol sa presentation ko. But again, there is one other thing that also touches my heart. I intentionally went to Cagayan Valley chapter. Hindi ko na-mention, pinasyalan ko rin pala sila for a different purpose. Problem solver. To the extent of going to the chapter on my own, setting it, but it is really successful. We'd like to show you a video of the work that the Cagayan Valley chapter has done. Video. Palakpakan naman dyan. salamat, KSA CRC. On behalf of Cagayan Chapter, we are handing this over to you. So may we request on behalf of Governor Kenneth Vallaspin, may I request the representative to come over to receive a gift from the Cagayan Valley chapter and the Cagayan chapter. Cagayan chapter. Representative ni Ken? Wala? KSA CRC yun. Nandito siya eh. Sinabi sa akin ni Kenneth eh. But anyway, they are arriving. I know, they will come. In-email nila ako eh. Most probably, mamaya lang, ano? They're coming. So we'll hand this over when they're here. This is the kind of engagements that we would like to have. I know many chapters do as well. We have, of course, bloodletting, scholarships, and all sorts of extension and outreach. You can see it from the souvenir program, the many activities that have been done as well. And speaking of the souvenir program, alam niyo ba yung souvenir program ninyo ginawa pa yan sa Abu Dhabi? Preparation of that came from Abu Dhabi and it was just printed here. And we thank former Governor of UAE, Iecep, Roel Ramboyong, for helping in the preparation of this souvenir program. Again, thank you for all your support.
Ma'am Arsol, may I have the honor to present this eagle to, naiiyak ako, to Ma'am Arsol Reyes and Sir Carlos Reyes, Sir Caloy, Ma'am Arsol. Si Sir Caloy po yung president nung na typhoon sa Cagayan. Siya po yung nag-present sa aming sitwasyon. And of course, si Ma'am Arsol po yung nagdala ng cheque. Kaya po, in behalf of Cagayan Valley, we give this red eagle to give our warm appreciation. Naiiyak po ako. Ay, may picture pala.
Madam President, salamat po. Palakpakan natin ulit ang ating Madam President. Meron pa daw. Go ahead po, ma'am.
Actually, sabi ko, may sasabihin ako eh. Kaya lang yung senior moments talaga nandun na. Who were in the last year's AGM? Remember when I went up and said, ang pagbabalik ng lawin, I didn't realize, parang lawin nga na bagyo, ano? Para akong binuhusan ng bagyo. To be able, it's a challenge of my leadership, as I mentioned. And lawin, yung aking natulungan, ano? Sa lawin. So, tumugma lahat. Anyway, thank you for this. Dapat daw kasi sabi nila, agila sinabi mo, ma'am, hindi lawin. But thank you for this red agila.
Thank you po, ma'am. And I'll proceed with the Treasurer's Report. For the Treasurer's Report, please welcome the very beautiful, the Treasurer of Iecep, Engineer Inky, Pinky, Tumaliuan, 1. Tumaliwan.
Good afternoon. Actually, I was beautiful before, but now I am good. Thank you. My presentation. Do not focus on my face. OMG. Thank you. Okay. I was so emotional a while back because if you remember, last year I was not at the AGM. Ako po yung na-present, report ko po yung na-present ni Sir Luis. Ako po yung nagdrama na Cagayan Valley was autumn of black and white. Ako po yung nanganak. At eto po, ako'y bouncing baby girl na. Palakpakan nyo naman. So, katulad ni Ma'am Arsol, nandito po ako sa harapan ninyo para po sa pagbabalik ng lawin. So, here is my report. Next, please. Okay, so diretso na po tayo. December 21, 2016, ito po yung pera na itinurn over ko din po kasi ako din po yung ating incumbent treasurer, amounting to 11,077,837.49. Next po. Ito na po ngayon ang ating pera. Palakpakan po natin. Okay? So, 16,059,554.93. Next. Next po. Next po. Ayan. Analysis po, para po makitaan ninyo na nag-increase po tayo ng 43.95% sa ating membership, which is Maxi 1. Siyempre po yung event ng AGM and NSC. Next po tayo. Sinamari ko lang po to give you update. Nung ako po ay pumasok as your treasurer, ang tinanggap ko po ay 7 million. Ngayon po, nandito na po tayo sa 16 million at maraming salamat sa mga governor dahil yung nag-increase tayo ng 116.93. Palakpakan po natin ang mga governors. Sunod po. Ito po ang ating October 1 na pumasok. Nag-end po tayo ng ating income ng 16,407,126.42. Sunod po. Gusto ko lang po ma-emphasize ang mga governor na nagbigay talaga ng kanilang kontribusyon. Ito po, naghingi po ako ng patawad sa Nueva Ecija kasi po, kamamadali ko kanina, mukhang siya ang na-delete ko. Updated po yan. Updated po. Gumhari, sorry po. Updated po yan. Yan po, sunod po tayo sa after North Luzon, we have Janjararan. Next po. South Luzon Expressway. Ayan po. Okay. Sunod po. Visayas. Next. Mindanao. Yung po nakikita nyo pong huli ay lump po yan. Lump na po nilang binibigay. Sunod po. International. And then, ito po yung ating expenses for the month of October. Ayan po. Next. Next. Ay, balik nga tayo, anak. Ayan. Nag-total expenses tayo ng 343,758.56 for the month of October. Next na. Ayan po. Yung pong ating income versus our expenses, yan po ay 16,059,554, ay 554.93 for until October 31. Palakpakan po natin ang Iecep. Parang hina naman po. Salamat po. Sunod po, ay ito po year-end report. Sa planning ko pa po ito ipapresent, pero para makita nyo po yung transition, ito po yan. Okay. Next po, ito po yung ating comparative 2016 and 2017, which is na-present ko na kanina. May per bank, may per accounting book po tayo. Kasi po, yung per bank, meron hong na-release na hindi pa nila pinapapalitan. Kaya may ganyan pang kalaki sa bank. Sunod po tayo. Yan po yung comparative ng aking pagiging treasurer sa 2 taon. Sunod po, ito po, friendly reminder, monthly submission of financial statement of chapter governors to Iecep Secretariat. Email niyo po yung Iecep Secretariat, kasama po lagi ako, para naman po updated at close tayo. Okay, submission of monthly financial statement to avoid membership suspension. Kung matagal po yung paglabas ng ID, medyo Gov, anong nangyayari? Ganun po lang tanong natin mga members. Okay, then may isa pa anak. Excited ka na? Ayan. Iecep chapter with updated FS enjoy financial assistance from Iecep National with their seminars and or convention. Sunod po. If you have any questions, please contact me. Sunod, Treasurer's Initiative. Ito po yung pinagpatuloy kong aking initiative na binibigyan ko po yung board of directors natin ng copy ng ating financial upang po makapag-desisyon sila ng naaayon po sa financial natin. Okay? Lagi po, pagka January or February, nagre-present ako ng budget na maaari nilang gamitin. Kaya nagpapa-approve po ako ng budget allotment for the whole year. Sunod po tayo. Yan po, meron po tayong liquidation form. Tapos po, submission, ayan, meron po tang deadline ng, kaya po kayo may deadline kasi may deadline din po tayo may deadline po lahat, pati yung secretariat, pati po yung third party audit sa akin. Then, practice prudence po, sige, yun na yun. Then, author po, meron po akong nilabas na memo, may nilabas po ang Iecep na memo na ako po ang nag-sponsor para po dun sa chapter incentive. Para to aim po to update chapter remittance. Personally po, tumatawag po ako sa mga governors na nakikita ko pong matagal po yung remittances upang sa ganun matulungan ko po sila. Release chapter share from 2015 to 2016 at ang release po ng chapter share for 2017 ay sa planning po ng January 2018. Bago po actually po, mayroon nang na-print. Hindi lang po natin nariso kasi po yung secretariat na counterpart ko, mukha pong nagandahan sa akin ng sobra, nag-paint po, kaya po hindi ho nariso. Pasensya po. Ngunit maipapangako ko po bukas, maipaprocess na yan, magkakaroon kayo ng copy ng ating monthly remittance ng lahat ng chapter. And then, earmark po, yung ating 5 million, yan po ay na-present ni Sir Caloy nung 2016, yung 5 million allotted for Iecep Home, naka-earmark na po yan. So, 16 million minus 5 million, yun lang po yung operating fund ng Iecep ngayon. Proceed po tayo. Ito po yung mga hindi ho nakita, nagpa-approve ako ng budget for annual, pero ito ho yung hindi nakita na ngayon lang po lumalabas nung ako'y treasurer na, ito po yung mga yan. So yan po ay, yan ang nag-overlap dun sa budget approval natin. Katapos po, yan lang po. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat sa ating treasurer. Sana, pera niya yun. Okay. She mentioned in the later part of her presentation about the 5 million transferred to the Build Iecep a Bigger Home project. Ano na ang nangyari sa project na yun? As much as it is I was assigned to do it, hindi ko na talaga magawa sa dami ng trabaho. I delegated the task to our former President, Luis Lina. But may I just mention, hindi kami tumigil. Minsan, sama-sama kaming lahat tumingin sa mga lupain. We went to we visited several lots for sale. Merong mababaha, meron malapit sa mga squatter, meron maganda pero naunahan na kaming bumili. Meron napakamahal naman, kulang yung pera natin. Ang katanungan ngayon, gusto ba natin na doon sa isang lugar na kaya natin bilhin pero sa tingin natin hindi naman yata masyadong bagay para sa isang professional organization? Or gusto ba natin i-delay ng konti, makaipon pa tayo ng konti at makabili na tayo ng lote kung saan, ng land, kung saan medyo nababagay sa isang professional organization. So dahil kami ay the board of directors in the meeting decided to hit October 30. Sabi namin lahat, kailangan makabili na tayo ng lote by October 30. Kasi ilalagay natin doon sa presentation, this is where the Iecep office will rise. Unfortunately, di namin nagawa noong October 30. Nag-extend uli kami ng November 15. Gusto talaga namin habulin itong araw na ito. Kaya lang hindi namin kaya. With 5 million and something, we cannot buy the location that is good for a professional organization office. So we decided na ipagpaliban natin ng konti at baka si Treasurer Pinky, nasa na si Treasurer, ay bibigyan niya ulit tayo ng 5 milyon. Ano? So kung mabigyan niya tayo, maybe with that amount, we can find a place, a better place for our home. But we did not stop, and may I just show to you how much effort we have done in the past year just to be able to work on having our Iecep home. So here is former President Luis Lina, whom I have delegated and who have gladly accepted the task of looking for the place, designing the building, and pero hindi pa natin nagawa. Hindi pa namin nagawa. Hopefully, next year, kaya ba yan? Treasurer, kaya mo ba kami bigyan ng 5 milyon ulit? Upon the approval of the board daw. So, kung hindi by the board, maybe the approval of the assembly. Kasi nakita nyo naman kung magkano yung perang pinakita ni Treasurer. So if we can add, kasi may nakita kaming lote na mas maganda yung location, but it will, nag-earmark kasi kami na ang lote dapat natin 5 million lang. E nandun lang kami sa lugar na medyo not conducive for professional organization. Maganda yung place, pero baka pag maraming members pupunta-punta doon, baka kailangan natin ibahin ng location. So, we'd like to have to increase that, and hopefully, meron ba tayong may spare for that later on? Pag-iisipan muna niyan ni Treasurer at saka ng board. Okay? So, we'll just like to show you the preparations that we have done.
Thank you, ma'am. Ito po yung ating proposed 4-story building for Iecep. Gawa na actually to. Panahon pa ni Sir Ted, ni Ma'am Marsol, ginagawa na natin to. Pero naglagay na tayo ng deadline ngayon. Okay? 4-story. The what, the how, the when will we do it? Okay? Yan po yung mga questions. Gusto ko lang sabihin sa inyo yung Maslow's hierarchy of needs, no? Breathing. Tuloy ko lang to. Psychological safety. Home. Food, water, sleep. Pagkatapos niyan, bahay na. Palagay ko, kayang-kaya na po natin ngayon. Mabilis lang to, mga 3 minutes lang. Okay? Our home, our house, ang ating pong bahay. Our bigger house, our bigger home, ang Iecep building. Ito na po yung ground floor. Ito po yung second floor. Pwede po yung 5 hanggang 6 na sasakyan. Second floor, opisina po ng Iecep. Third and fourth floor. Sales yun nasa PLDT. Andito ba taga PLDT? Yung mga taga PLDT, Globe, pwede kayong mag-donate para papangalanan namin na PLDT room. Uy, nga pala yung Iecep Manila, saka yung Iecep QC. Alam ko marami kayong, baka gusto nyo mag-opisina, permanent. Okay? Yung ating mga meeting rooms, pwedeng hatiin. Okay? Kasya dito 100 to 150 people. Ito yung, gusto ko lang ipakita, ito yung panahon pa ni Sir Ted Benavista. Sir, tayo ka naman. At ginawa ni Ma'am, silang dalawa yung nag-pioneer nito. At ngayon, naglagay tayo ng deadline. Okay? Kaya gusto ko lang ipakita yung rationale, no? Ted Benavista, Espinosa, and of course, Raymond Gibado. Okay? Will we do it? Ito yung mga tanong eh. Okay? The how. Hindi nyo po na, siguro kaya nila ako pinap. Medyo nagtatayo po kasi tayo ng mga 4, 5, 6-story building. So, medyo alam na po natin magtayo ng building. Okay? Objectives to build 4 stories, 150 square. Okay? Ground floor, second floor. Nasa 6.5 po yung lupa. 2017, makabili tayo ng lupa supposedly this year. Saan manggagaling yung project income? Ang estimate po is about 14.5 million in total. Okay, parcel of land. Ito po yung projected ng summary ng realistic targets for 2017. Sabi ni Engineer Pinky, meron daw 16 million si Iecep ngayon, pero hindi niya in-earmark 5M. Okay. Pwede rin po kayo maging hope bearer. Lahat tayo dito pwede maging hope bearer. 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. Iuukit ang inyong pangalan doon sa entrada ng ating building. Hindi pa kayo patay nun. Hindi pa yun yung nicho. Hindi yun yung nicho. Yung pangalan niyo lang. Sa baba, wag din sa baba. Nicho na yun. Be a hope bearer and you will be remembered forever. Ganito po yung itsura ng magiging pangalan nyo. Nandun po yan sa wall ng building. Ito yung sources of funds. Pwede rin po yung mga seminars. Alam nyo, medyo magaling po ako sa marketing. I own a company, so medyo magaling tayo sa sales and marketing. So, kaya-kaya eh. Okay? Yung training hierarchy, sinabi na nito ni Sir kanina eh. Yung hierarchy, pataas ang pataas. Okay? Ito yung hierarchy from trainee, supervisor, managerial to executive level. Okay? So in seminars, sabi ni Sir Ornan, medyo makakatulong. So yung kikitain nyo sa seminar, baka pwedeng, gusto nyo lang naman. Isama nyo na dito sa Iecep Home. Okay? Sources of funds. Pwede i-calendar lahat yan eh. Number of trainers. Company sponsors. Ito yung PLDT, Globe. Ayun. Bingi. Globe. PLDT, Globe. Yan, 1 million per 75 square meters. Okay? Pero naming rights lang yun, pangalan. Pero perpetual yun. Parang ganyan, no? Bakit nga po PLDT dapat globe pala yung nandyan? Okay? Tapos yung Iecep Manila in Quezon City. Uy! Iecep Manila in Quezon City, ha? Okay? Yung mga libro, pwede rin, ang pangit ng word kasing pagkakakitaan, source of funds, yan. Yung Iecep books, ito yung mga books natin. Okay? Meron tayong, tapos, mag-i-insert tayo doon ng mga contractors, okay? Yung mga pangalan nila. So, basically, halos buo na to eh. Meron ng plano, i-execute na lang, we produce, then we realize. Sa sama-sama nating pagkilos, together we can achieve our goal of having bigger home for Iecep, our building, our legacy. Gabayan nawa tayo ng poong may kapal. Salamat po. Sa 2019, we have our home. Ma'am?
Thank you very much for that presentation. And moderator ka. Next.
Sige po ma'am. Doon ka na sa iyong... thank you very much. And now, we go to the plenary. Iecep national officers and DODs will be welcoming questions from our delegates, from us. If you have questions, please come to the microphone. Microphone stand and prepare a question, a piece of paper with your name, company, anong chapter, para ma-maintain natin ang order. Meron pa po tayo mga ushers na nandyan. So may mga questions tayo. Nasa plenary na po tayo ngayon. Questions? Go ahead, pare. Sa microphone. Yung mic? Okay na? Pakipindot po sa ilalim.
Hello. Yung sinasabi na 5 million kanina para sa Iecep build out, di ba dati meron pa tayong pera nung nauna? Saan na napunta yung dating pera?
Ma'am,
Dapat i-report yan sa general membership po yan, ma'am.
Yung dating nakuha natin sa mga lifetime membership at saka yung donations. Meron tayong close to 600,000 coming from donations and coming from lifetime membership. Medyo inaayos namin ngayon yun kasi magkaiba ng napasukan nung lifetime members na isama siya doon sa regular members. Pero in previous collections, nakalagay siya sa Buy Iecep a Bigger Home, separate account together with the donations. So actually, yung mga nasa Saudi kasi, UAE, may mga donations din yan eh. So nandun sila sa account ng Buy Iecep a Bigger Home. At unfortunately, nag-resign yung ni-request ko na i-separate yung lifetime members kasi yung account na yun should actually go to the Buy Iecep a Bigger Home. So hindi pa po umabot sa 1 million yung lifetime membership. May I just invite everyone, if you can pay 10,000 for lifetime membership, FP Luis, ilan members para makakuha tayo ng So it's actually 5 million yung transfer to that, plus close to 800 siguro yung previous years, 2 years ago. 2 years ago na collection na ho. How many members do we need to get to 25 million yung kailangan natin no? We need 25 million for, ang tinag namin is 8 million for the lot and close 17 million for the 4-story building. So we're having a budget of 25 million. As of now, magsi 6 million pa lang tayo. So, pinipilit namin pagkasyahin para sa lote pero ayaw naman din namin nung location nung lote. Ayan. Yeah. Oo. We would like to also announce this to our members. Baka naman may alam kayo na nagbebenta ng lote. No? So, please also inform us if you know of anyone, any friend, relative, or kayo mismo na nagbebenta ng lote. Ay, oo. Meron kasi nagsasuggest sa Bulacan. Meron din nagsasuggest sa Calabarzon area. Unfortunately, ang decision is Metro Manila. Davao daw. No, it's still Metro Manila area. Quezon City or Manila, which is accessible to most of the members.
Thank you po. Meron pa pong tanong? We only need 1,200 members for 15,000.
We only need 1,000 lifetime members. That will give us already 10 million.
15 na po yun, ma'am.
So plus existing.
So kung magbibigay, sa kahulugan naman yun, 1,000 every month. 1,000 every month. May question pa po? Question? Plenary na po ito. You can ask our national BOD regarding Iecep and our profession. Go ahead, sir. State your name at company po saka chapter.
Good afternoon po, Engineer Hill Barter from Batangas.
Batangas.
So, ma'am, ang tatanong ko lang po, since earlier it was mentioned by the PRC ECE board that they will be implementing the specialization track for CPD points. At this point in time, ma'am, ano na po ang preparation ng Iecep on the technical working group with regards to the specialized areas? Kasi po, ma'am, by the January 1, 2019, we have only 1 year. So I guess, kung meron na po tayo na simulan ngayon, baka po pwedeng ituloy ng susunod na president. Because my worry here is, if we will be taking too long to create the technical working group, baka po may mga specialized areas doon na hindi mabigyan ng atensyon. And by the time na mag-2019, wala pong makukuhang points para doon sa specialization track. Thank you po.
So far, ang aming preparations are in terms of inviting groups who were able to help us in the development of the curriculum. So, naka-identify kami. Maraming nakapag-attend dun sa mga fora na yun. And they are actually willing to help us. Like yung malakas yung biomedical group no? Nasaan ba yung mga biomedical group dito? Ayun, nandun sila. So, we are already forming these groups. And hopefully, together with the next technical office chairman, makapag-set na kayo ng inyong series of seminars, no? And then, of course, the broadcast, telecoms, malalakas na grupo yan no? Our VP here has a set of seminars already for DICT, but that's open for everyone. This is going to be the telecommunications track. Okay? Broadcasting, we are with SBET, KBP. So meron na kasing mga organizations. It is only how to get them to list down already the seminars that they are going to provide next year. If I may just mention, at this time, ang dami na nakahilera na applications for seminars next year. And we would like it to already be focused on the different specializations. Okay lang? Gov, here? Meron pang questions? Merong instrumentation group Sino yung grupo ng instro natin?
I'm just relaying this question from our group in Cebu. What is the benefit if we will have the lifetime membership?
Sir naman, akala ko sasabihin mo we are giving our share to. It's good, as the name implies, it lifetime membership. So every renewal, you just have already that automatically. You don't have to pay already for your membership fee. O sasabihin pala namin ngayon. Kailangan ko ba sabihin? Pero hindi pa raw. So every renewal, wala na. Kasi lifetime membership mo na yun Hindi ka na magbabayad ng 1,350 per year. As of now, magaan yun. Sasabihin nyo, hindi natin alam, baka magbago yung fees, hindi natin ma-anticipate yung mga ganon. But, that's basically meron pa ba tayong, and of course, nakalagay doon sa Hope Bearer lifetime membership. Meron tayong list later lahat ng mga nag-lifetime membership doon sa building.
Meron pa pong tanong from the plenary. Go ahead.
Adonis Amparo po from Quezon chapter. Ang question ko lang, ma'am, with regards to the implementation of the electronics law, implemented in the local government, how would Iecep support the full implementation of this law? Kasi doon sa mga building permits natin, mayroon tayong portion doon for electronics engineer. However, we are receiving information that those portions were signed by professional electrical engineers. And sometimes it is neglected that the building permit is already approved without the signature of the electronics engineer.
I will request our VP internal, who is so knowledgeable on that, to answer on my behalf.
Thank you very much for that.
Engineer Medina.
Thank you, sir. Sir, ano po ulit chapter ninyo? From
Quezon Province, sir.
Quezon Province. Okay, sir. It is always, in my experience, in serving Iecep, it isn't always the case in areas wherein, ito po ang akin pong napansin. Pag may mga ganyang issue regarding implementation, it's more of how the members are active. When I say members, Iecep members, how active are the Iecep members within the chapter? Because it is always, no, ang proseso po kasi sa gobyerno natin, kahit na meron pong batas na nakalatag at naaprubahan sa Kongreso hanggang sa executive level, at hindi po natin pinapaalala dun sa local government offices or local government officials, hindi po basta-basta na-implement yan. Now, going back to dun sa statement ko po na it depends on the chapter's activity, kung ganun po sana ka-active yung doon sana, no, sa ating lugar, pwede po magkaroon ng initiative to tap yung mga munisipyo or mga municipal officers, particularly sa Office of the Building Official, which happens so many times in different chapters. Yun nga po, no, nabanggit ni Madam President sa kanyang report, I would like to stipulate and mention ulit, yung nangyari sa Pampanga, Pampanga chapter, specifically sa Angeles City. It is not the first in terms of implementation, yung Pampanga. Marami pa pong mga nauna dyan, from North Mindanao to Cebu, okay? But what I'm just trying to say is that yung activity po nung chapter ninyo to tap para mapaalalahanan yung mga government officials, particularly yung local government officials sa area ninyo, to remind them that there is this existing law and it is being implemented in different cities right now, will be very helpful to your membership. And, andito po kami. Wag po kayong magdalawang isip if you would need help and support. We have done this so many times. To Batangas, to CDO, to Pampanga. If you need our assistance in explaining to them, giving them seminars on how to implement, we will do. Thank you very much po.
Any more questions?
Sige po.
I'm Engineer Aragon from Bahrain Chapter. Ask ko lang po kung may plan po ang Iecep Philippines na magkaroon ng webinar para sa mga OFW or kaya may archive po ng mga training ng video training po dito na nagaganap sa Pilipinas para kami po na nasa sa ibang bansa, pwede po namin puntahan yung site po ng Iecep para panoorin po yung mga trainings na yun.
Okay, ang tanong po niya ay tungkol sa webinar para yung mga nasa foreign chapters ay makaka-attend din ng mga seminars. At this time, meron na ba tayong live streaming? Meron na tayong, can you mention this?
Yes, right now we're on YouTube live streaming, so if you can ask yung Iecep colleagues natin abroad to search Iecep AGM 2017 live streaming. We're live and we'll start to archive all the meetings and seminars so we can have an Iecep channel that you can use. And we are currently studying a webinar platform to be approved by the board for CPD credits.
I also would like to mention that medyo limited kasi we are still within the bounds of control of PRC dun sa mga permits for these kinds of delivering our CPD programs. But we will coordinate with our CPD officers and PRC to make sure that whatever seminars will have their equivalent CPD points.
Follow-up lang po, may i-consider din po ba siya sa CPD points?
Yun po yung aming pag-uusapan kasi hindi lahat ng naka-webinar are valid with CPD points. We still have to get the necessary permission and the necessary approval of our CPD team to make sure all these web-related seminars can be accredited. Hindi automatic lahat po. Pwede tayong sagutin ni... Sinong pwedeng sumagot niyan? Okay na? Okay na yata. O, may nagtatanong na sa abroad.
May tanong sa abroad.
Okay. Nagtanong na daw yung members nilang sa open forum, si Engineer Aragon. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon po, Madam President.
Yes.
I'm Carlos Madrid from Iecep KSA ERC. Nanonood po yung mga Saudi Arabia Al-Kubar ko sa live stream sa YouTube.
Ayos sa inyong lahat.
Then may update po yung leadership po namin sa na nag-start na po yung mag-contribute sa revision ng electronics code. Yung po yung pinapasabi ni Presmar and ex-President Brad Yowie. And ang tanong po, may tanong po sila, since kokounti po yung ASEAN po, engineers sa Pilipinas, ano po yung maitutulong ng Iecep National para dumami po yung ASEAN engineers dito po sa Pilipinas po?
Okay. Babatiin ko lang yung mga bagong conferred na ASEAN engineers. Kaya nandito sila, galing lang sila sa conferment nila sa Bangkok. No? So they're here actually from Qatar. Governor Max, we have former President Jaime, Jenard, and President now, Sherwin. Bagong conferred lang sila ng mga ASEAN engineers. Lumalaki po kasi we're having it twice a year. Ang dami ng ASEAN engineers dito. Ano ang may tutulong namin? In terms of the Secretariat now, they are very, very efficient in helping you prepare the documents. We also have, of course, the PPC people, staff, who can give you the requirements, how to prepare it, how to write up. Kasi nasa presentation din yan and there's already an orientation para alam nyo rin kung paano kayo makapag-apply for ASEAN engineers. Don't be shy to ask from the ASEAN engineers who can help you move towards the higher level. Ang lang namin kasi mahirap i-gawin ng process kasi individual yung method kung paano namin kayo matutulungan. Pero I tell you, our secretariat staff, ang laking tulong. Malalaman mo yan dun sa mga galing sa Qatar. Hand-carried ko pa yung mga documents nila. So, we can give orientations. More probably, often, technical natin, more often orientations on how to apply for ASEAN engineer. Thank you. Yes, sir.
I was thinking about perhaps Iecep can offer online courses. So additional income ito ng Iecep. Pero online courses, di ba meron namang examination yan. Unlimited ang exam hanggang sa maipasa ng kumuha ng online course. Doon lang siya bibigyan ng Iecep ng certificate na natapos niya yung online course with a corresponding CPD points. Kasi I happen to experience na naka-attend ako ng online course, doon lang ako sa opisina, ay may limit, ay siguro mga 6 months, and I happen to finish it in less than 2 months. So, siguro pwedeng gawin ng Iecep yun, ma'am. Yung online course na may bayad, tapos unlimited ang exam sa mga kukuha. May bayad naman online course. Yun lang, ma'am.
Maraming salamat, Director. Challenge yan sa mga nasa akatim. Gawa na kayo ng mga online course. But there's a lot being offered, Kaya lang, FP Doc May, pwede mo ba lang inform sila kung paano yung approval ng mga kinds of online courses?
In our current CPD guidelines, approved na po actually yung online courses. And in fact, being a member of the CPD Council, ito po yung nire-review namin. But for the moment, what we are considering are those online courses with the corresponding examinations. So na-approve po yan as part of the CPD points for as long as pumasa po sila dun sa equivalent exams. Now, we would like to encourage now HEIs to come up also with these online courses and apply as a CPD provider. So pwede po yun. They can be a CPD provider such that all of our professionals can also take the advantage of getting the online courses, provided it should be post-baccalaureate. Hindi po siya kasama sa ating baccalaureate courses. Yun po yung ating guidelines.
Maraming salamat, Dr. Miros Imperial. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. I'm Mark Pirallo from Davao. I'm a member of Cebu, but I'm now living in Davao. Pinapaas po ng mga kasamahan ko na ACs doon sa aming locality, doon sa provinces of Davao Norte, Compostela Valley Province, and even some mga kilala namin doon sa Davao Oriental na they want to put a sort of a new chapter. And tanong ko is, what are the requirements of creating a new chapter in case?
Our chairman for organizational will answer that.
Magandang hapon po ulit. First, ang tinitignan po natin sa pag-create ng local chapter is wala munang encroachment. Okay? So if you want to create a local chapter, make sure na hindi po yan within the parang a certain organization lang. Okay? Certain organization. Kasi may mga ganun pong nangyari sa amin. A certain office would like to create a certain group. Okay? Now, pagdating naman doon sa requirements per se, okay, meron po tayong na-set na guidelines recently na i-memo po natin yan kung ano yung mga requirements. It's just a number of 15 members minimum, okay? And then you will create your officers. You will have your initial officers, but make sure they are active members, sir. When we say active members, we have defined that at least 6 months member of Iecep. Okay? Member of Iecep. So pag sinabi natin member of Iecep, regardless yan kung saan siya galing na chapter, okay? Basta member siya ng Iecep. Okay? And then, we also require, of course, yung plan nung proposed chapter, at least 1 year. Okay? Calendar of activities for at least 1 year. But at least, alam naman namin there's a certain interest and commitment of such proposal from a certain chapter na may gagawin kayo doon. Okay? So, ayun. And then letter of intent. Okay? So that's how simple it is lang po. Thank you, sir.
Pwede po.
Okay.
May tanong dito.
Luis.
Last question, ma'am.
Last question. As much as we would like to entertain all the questions, we still have agenda until I think 5 o'clock.
Now, meron pa po
So we'd like to, if you can just write your questions so we can address it in some of the sessions later on. So last.
Go ahead, Kuya.
Good afternoon po, ma'am. Officers of Iecep. Bonnie Ulang po, Manila. Ma'am, question ko lang po regarding po sa scope of practice ng electronics engineering profession. Di ba, ma'am, kanina binanggit na po yung specialization. So, ang point ko lang, sir, yung level of practice, for example, para ma-recognize na din natin, ma'am, yung mga technician, engineers, and professional engineers. So, for example, dun sa ating brother engineering profession, electrical, yung mismong electrical technician or master electrician, talagang ultimong onto the house level, their profession is talagang gamit na gamit. So pag may mga requirement ng power, doon lang papasok yung electrical engineer. Then sa bigger responsibility, doon po yung professional electrical engineer. So doon lang sa atin naman, ma'am, parang hindi masyadong nare-recognize. Parang lahat ng power is nasa PECE. So yun po yung parang yung scope of practice ng profession medyo masyadong broad pa po sa atin. So maganda talagang ma-itemize po yung level ng mga profession natin. Yun po, ma'am. Thank you po.
Our membership committee will again reply on that issue.
I think mayroon lang misconception po doon. Hindi naman po lahat ng power ay nasa professional electronics engineer. Kung titignan niyo po yung batas, ang pinagkaiba lang po ng responsibility ng isang professional electronics engineer is to sign and seal, the sole authority to sign and seal. However, lahat naman po yung responsibility is common tayo. But except for the signing and sealing, nobody prohibits us, okay, nobody prohibits us into some particular technical matters similar to PECE except for sign and sealing. And of course, nandun yung supervision part kasi hindi ka naman makakapagpirma pag walang checking of the PECE. Thank you po.
Okay, may follow-up question. Quick lang, please. Pwedeng paki-sign, okay. Well, so, can we just, in the meantime, pwedeng anuhin ko lang itong naka-write na questions. Proposed locations of Iecep home, as I mentioned earlier, Manila or Quezon City. Second question, why the President presides the Assembly meeting? Where is the Chairman of the Board? The President is also the Chairman of the Board. So if you'll see it, Chairman and President of Iecep. What is the difference, advantages, disadvantages of pre-reg and walk-in registration? Doon sa registration nito, no? Sa pre-reg, they go directly to pick up the kits. Walk-in will have to go through the process of registration. So quick lang, I'm sorry that we cannot accommodate any more questions. As I mentioned, we still have additional agenda for this, but I would like to adjourn the meeting. Okay, there's a move to adjourn the meeting. And okay.
This
we
5 o'clock. 5:30. Nomination.
Okay, we have more, we have additional agenda kasi, so it has been moved and,
Any second?
June, Governor of Cavite, yes.
Madam President, if I may, if we can have one more question, please.
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you. It's just we just want to know when will be the presentation of the nominees for the Board of Directors election.
Thank you very much, Governor June Narciso. I made a misinterpretation. I thought that the nomination is after the board meeting. So we would like now to have to call are we calling the chairman of the nomination committee to introduce to you the nominees for the 2018 Board of Directors for Iecep.
The Chairman, Nomination Committee, Engineer Rodrigo Carandang. Palakpakan po natin siya. Check one second.
Good afternoon. As chair of the nominating committee, I'm tasked to present the names, but the details of the committee will be presented by Luis Lina, Engineer Luis Lina, as a member of the nominating committee. In alphabetical order, the committee is endorsing the candidacy of 9 engineers. So I'll just go through the names, then pass on the mic to Engineer Lina. So in alphabetical order, we have Engineer Ofelia Algo. Hindi pa, later natin sila tawagin isa-isa during the individual presentation. Engineer Vicente Consejo Jr., Engineer Jesse De Toro, Engineer Ann Dulay, Engineer Vanessa Faminian, Engineer Bill Peralta, Engineer Joseph Carl Salva, Engineer Gerhard Tan, and not by the least, Engineer Pinky Tumalinaw. Okay. So I'm passing the mic to Engineer Lina for the presentation of the candidates.
Second. This is the presentation of candidates for the Board of Directors for National Board for Iecep. The nomination committee comprised of the following: Engineer Rodrigo Carandang as the chairman, Engineer Ornan Vicente is here, Deputy Commissioner Edgardo Cabarrios, yours truly, Luis Lina, and Engineer Grace Aguiluz. We were nominated and chosen by the BOD. This is the letter of nomination coming from the BOD, giving power to the nomination committee to conduct its business. May I just read? These are the guidelines. Number 1, practicing electronics engineer profession for 3 years. Must have served as officer of the local chapter or satisfactorily served the national board for at least 2 years. Nominee to submit significant accomplishment during his tenure as an officer or BOD. Active member for at least 3 years with significant contribution to Iecep endeavors. With nomination from local chapter he belongs. Must be nominated and endorsed by the local chapter of which the nominee is a member through a board resolution signed by all officers. Must possess managerial capabilities, must commit time to attend to the duties and responsibilities of an elected member of the board. And number 6, proven integrity and strong commitment to promote and maintain the highest professional and moral standards as evidenced by his or her personal and professional conduct, personal interview and testimony of colleagues, clients, and social civic leaders. The nomination committee reserves the right to disqualify nominees after thorough evaluation of his or her credentials based on the above without the need for explanation, and its decision is final and non-appealable. Nomination must be submitted, Iecep National Office, care of the nominating committee not later than 20 October, signed by the Chair, Rodrigo Carandan. Now I go to the bylaws. This is where we were appointed, and may I just quote, nomination and election of the board. With the concurrence of the board of directors, the president shall appoint nomination committee composed of at least 5 past president and or officers of the institute. Nomination to the board of directors shall be submitted to the nomination committee through Iecep Secretariat in writing at least 60 days before the annual convention. The nomination committee shall screen the nominees to determine their qualifications and prepare the final list of qualified candidates. In case of minimum number of candidates, the board is not for the board is not attained, the nomination committee shall be authorized to complete the nomination. Letter D. All nominees shall be required to formally state their acceptance of the nomination in writing, bind themselves to perform and discharge the duties and responsibilities of the members of the board or as an officer. If elected, actively participate in all proceedings of the board and attend all the regular and special meetings. A nominee who fails to confirm acceptance of his nomination and to declare full acceptance of his duties and responsibilities of the position, if elected, shall automatically be disqualified. We based it on the bylaws. May I call on Ms. Ofelia Algo, PECE from Ofelia. Is she here? Ophel, we will introduce you, then we'll give you 2 minutes. Okay, I'll just introduce first everybody. Dr. Vicente Buen Consejo, Jr. Palakpakan naman natin ang ating mga future BODs, national BODs. Nakakita tayo mamaya dito. Okay. Engineer Jesse De Toro. I'm sorry, in alphabetical order po ang ginawa ng nomination committee. Palakpakan natin si Engineer De Toro. Ito po yung siya na magsasabi ng kanyang platform mamaya. Okay. Engineer Ann Dulay. Engineer Ann Dulay of Manila. Map. Engineer Vanessa Raminian. Palakpakan po natin sila. Tawagin ko muna po sila ngayon. Engineer Bill Peralta from Cebu. Engineer Joseph Carl Salva from Cebu Chapter. Saan ba yung taga Cebu? Engineer Gerhard Laga Tan. Engineer Pinky Tumaliwan. So palakpakan muna natin sila. Round of applause sa ating future BODs, national BODs. Now, may call on, dito na? Ma'am Ophelia.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ophelia Algong of the Department of Education. I'm one of the founding board of directors of Iecep Manila Chapter and founding board of trustee and incorporator of the Philippine Association of Government Electronics Incorporated, or the PAIDS. I'm presently the Vice Governor of Iecep Manila Chapter and Corporate Secretary of PAIDS Incorporated. I will not make any promise because promises are made to be broken. So if you vote for me, I will do my best. That's all. Thank you.
Palakpakan po natin sila. Go ahead, Engineer Dick. Your name in your chapter.
Good afternoon. It is an honor to present myself for this nomination. You might be wondering what I'm doing here. I'm from Bacolod City. We hosted mid-year, and I can just state 3 accomplishments. Why should you vote for me in this nomination? First is that I have the ability to work with different people of different personalities. I was able to unite the 2 factions in Negros Occidental and made 4 events in 4 months. I also have the ability and I have a strong determination. During my PhD, we are 29 in the class. However, only 4 of us finished that degree. So what I can promise you now is that I am determined, I am honest, and I am dedicated. So if you vote for me, I will do my best to serve Iecep. Thank you.
Engineer Jesse De Toro.
Good morning, Iecep. Parang walang reaction na. But why good morning? Good morning kasi dumating na naman tayo sa panahon na pipili na naman tayo ng bagong leaders. Yung mga leaders na alam natin or sa tingin natin na magdadala sa buong organization na magiging mas progressive, mas magiging maganda, at of course, yung iniisip yung kapakanan ng bawat miyembro. Yung iniisip yung bawat, yung pinakamaliit na member. At ako po, I grow professionally with Iecep. Nung nagiging active po ako ng Iecep, marami pong nangyari sa akin. Marami po akong natutunan at isa na dito yung pagsasalita sa ngayon. Kasi dati talagang napakahiyain na, kunting lang, hindi ako pwedeng magsalita sa maraming tao. But I grow professionally, nagiging PCE, nagiging ASEAN engineer, nagiging ASEAN chartered engineer, At binabalik ko po lahat sa Iecep yung nagawa po ng Iecep sa akin. Kaya po kung inyong mamarapatin, andito po ako ulit para mag-serve for the love of Iecep. Jesse Di Toro po, magandang hapon po sa lahat.
Jesse Di Toro, salamat po. Engineer Andulay from Manila. Timer starts. 2 minutes.
2 minutes lang. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Actually, long overdue na po yung pagtakbo ko. Matagal na po akong in-urge to run, no? Kasi kung mapansin nyo, for those of you who frequent the convention, palagi nyo ako makikita na in action, no? Hindi po ako nag-contact sa kanila noon dahil nga ako po ay nag-PhD. Sa wakas, at sa awa ng Diyos, natapos ko na po. So I'm ready now to commit because the reason why I did not do it last time, kasi para sa akin, ang pagtakbo ay commitment. At hindi po lang yan basta na nahirang ka na BOD. So nakita nyo naman po kanina sa report, napakadaming meetings na atinan. But even though hindi po ako naging officer before, so for those of you na akala nyo naging officer na po ako, hindi po. Okay? So, pagbigyan niyo po ako ngayon, at naninigurado po ako sa inyo na marami akong mapapala. Doon sa aking mga diehard supporters, hindi ko alam kung nasaan po sila, tawag ko sa kanila ay ADS, Andulay Supporters. Hindi po pwedeng isa lang pangalan ilagay ninyo sa balota. Kailangan po ay 6. Okay? 6 po. Hindi rin po pwedeng pangalan ko lahat ang ilagay ninyo. Okay? Kailangan po 6 na pangalan. Dahil hindi po tatakbo ang Iecep kung isa lang o 2 lang ang opisyales. So, kailangan po marami kami. Ngayon, nakita niyo na po siguro sa platform ko kung ano yung nais ko for the organization. At ako po ang madalas na sumasagot actually sa EBF, sa mga Bayanihan Forum, ng inyong mga hinaing, no? Kahit na hindi po ako ang opisyal, pero nararamdaman ko po kasi sila. Kaya para sa akin, hindi po dapat na tayo ay manatili lamang ordinaryong miyembro. Dapat po ay active member tayo. At kung kayo may pagkakataon in the future, kayo naman po ang pumalit sa mga BOD. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Engineer Andulay, eksakto. Engineer Carl Salva from Cebu.
Good afternoon, fellow members of Iecep. First of all, I would like to thank Iecep Cebu chapter for the nomination, and I would like to take this opportunity also to thank those who voted for me last year. I almost won during that election. That made me decide to run again with the same platform. And this is my platform. I noticed that every time we have a new set of officers, the way Iecep Journal is being implemented also changes. In other words, Iecep Journal depends so much on the type of officers that we have in Iecep, particularly the Vice President for Education. And I see a problem in this. It's possible that in the future, I'm not saying now, it's possible that in the future that all officers of Iecep are not into research and development. Probably some of them are with the corporate management, some of them are in construction industry, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. So the question now is, who will set the direction of Iecep Journal? So my proposal is to create an independent body that has its own mandate with budget that will man Iecep Journal, that will take charge of all the publications and presentations of the researches conducted by members of Iecep, both coming from academia and industry. The second one has something to do with certification. I mentioned this in the previous campaign period during the election last year, that industry and Iecep must strengthen its collaboration in terms of the development of training modules and certification modules in order for the members of Iecep be highly qualified in the different industries related to electronics engineering. I believe that once a member is fully certified, there's no reason why this member is not given the opportunity, the priority to be one of the employees of a particular company. Thank you. I'm Carl Salva, former governor of Iecep Cebu chapter.
Thank you, Engineer Salva. Engineer Vanessa Flamingan from Quezon City.
Good afternoon. It's an honor to be nominated for the BOD of Iecep National. I thank you for the trust and confidence. However, I have 3 kids and there are a lot of work in National Telecommunications Commission. It is difficult to balance the family, work, and Iecep Quezon City. I, Vanessa Flamingan, Iecep Quezon City Chapter Treasurer, declined the nomination. I don't want the shirt to change the organization because of my other responsibilities. Time will come. Maybe in the future, I would love to serve the Iecep National. Thank you very much.
Palakpakan po natin si Vanessa. Maraming salamat. Engineer Gerhard Tan.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Gerard Pitan. You may call me Hard, Matigas. I have 3 key important things as part of my platform of government. 1 is academics, 2 is professionalism, and number 3 is community extension program. On the academics part, as Engineer Detalia emphasized earlier about our curriculum change, it's high time also for us to align and create something new, especially for those researchers where it's high time to think also that when shall Philippines become a research hub in Asia Pacific? Diba? Magagaling ang Filipino engineers, madiskarte. Diyan tayo kilala sa mundo. So, through Iecep, we'll be supporting that linkage, especially the industry-academe linkage, to strengthen it. Also, on another point is, more important sa part natin is change. And that change must come from within. So, moreover, diba, from that change, draws the inspiration to uplift our profession further. And through that linkage program, makikita ng industry na, ECE ang mga yan. And also, another is, tayong mga ECE, especially the youngsters, di ba? Like millennials, I should say, marami tayong, we want something new. So from that something new, through Iecep, yung technopreneurship program ni Ma'am Arsol na dinidiscuss na niya lagi is makakreate tayo ng mga small-time business or kickstart company. Where soon to be, Iecep will also support that one. And I'm supporting also that one. And last but not the least would be on a community extension project. The big question is, kailan tayo makikilala as ECE? Kailan natin i-implement yung mga projects natin sa mga rural areas na kung saan kailangan tayo. So, from that moment onward, through that project, with the support from Iecep, soon to be, if given the opportunity, we will expand our horizon, not only on city perspective, but also expanding our profession towards the far-flung area. So, without much ado, if given the opportunity, this is Gerard Tan at your service. Thank you very much and good day.
Thank you, Engineer Gerard Tan. And lastly, Engineer Pinky of Cagayan Valley.
Hello. Test mic. Good afternoon. I am Engineer Pinky C. Tumaliwan, married to Emerson Jimenez with 2 children. I am your 2-year National Treasurer, former Governor of Cagayan Valley, 2011, 2012, and 2014. My advocacy in life is just simple. Transparency, obvious naman po kung ano, unity, and brotherhood. Transparency, gusto ko pong malaman ninyo kung anong meron sa Iecep National. Unity, kung ano ang virus, dun lang tayo. And brotherhood, isa sa advocacy ko, gusto kong tulungan yung mga bagong ECE kasi po, maraming ECE na hindi ECE ang trabaho. Kaya po, tulungan niyo ako para maganap po ito. Yun lang po, salamat.
Thank you very much, Engineer Tinky. May kulang tayo representing Bill Peralta. Maraming salamat. May we call on the representative of Engineer Bill? Go ahead. Yes, we're giving you 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yes. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Actually, nag-text lang po si Engineer Bill Peralta from Cebu. We are a friend and a colleague of Bill. That's why, tinanong ko muna sa Comelec kung pwede. So, Bill is a former BOD of National, LLP. That's why, ang program niya ay tungkol sa as legal advisor ng ating Iecep. Ang isa pang tingin namin na major program niya is, bata pa kami ng konti ni Ted noon, pinapalakas na namin, buhay pa si Madam Marcelo, ang pinapalakas namin noon, yung electronic technician natin. Dahil po, yung electronic technician na nagtitake ng board, hindi sa inaano ko yung board, ang point is, kaya hindi natin mapalakas yung electronic technician na yon dahil walang batas na nagre-require na kailangan yung license na yon. Guess nyo? So, walang any government entity na nagre-require. EEC, marami, pero yung sa electronic technician, wala po. So, noong time namin ited sa Manila, through Iecep, kami yung nag-sponsor niyan. Paano ba yon? Ganito po kasi, yung broadcast at saka cell site and basta yung mga companies na nagagamit ng radio communication, yung ECE nandun na tayo. But the ECE is supervising, meaning I can supervise 10 cell sites or 5 broadcast stations. But the radio technician, which NTC requires, ang requirement po nun yung first-class commercial radio telephone operator. Department order din po yun, so mataas din yun. Ang point is, why not convert the REC or anything na gagawin para i-issue na sa kanya yung commercial radio telephone. So, na-open din natin ito sa National Board dati pa. But I don't know what happened, hindi natuloy. Nung kami ni Ted, ang sabi sa amin ng commissioner, teka muna, management kayo eh. You're not supposed to do that. Should be Iecep. But anyway, yun yung isang program namin na ni Bill na sana matuloy. Thank you po, maraming salamat.
Thank you very much from Mr. Bill Peralta, Engineer Bill Peralta from Cebu Chapter.